Reading. Hi. I passed my test. So here I am. I passed my test. So I've still got a job. Yay! I don't know how my first day of work is though, because they've already done the schedule for next week, so I don't know what day I'm going to be called in if I get called in. But that doesn't matter. What's important is that today, because I have still got a job and I'm pretty tired, but because I've still got a job, we're going to test and see how long it takes to run all of the solo modes. Um, that's why I put a timer on screen. Time to goof off. I don't know if it counts as, yeah, no, it's goofing off. You're right, it's goofing off. Anyway, it's very quiet. Where is my, There we go. I'm not gonna say it's a speed run. I just want to see how long it takes. But since we are finding out how long it takes, it only makes sense to me to put on a timer. So, are we gonna count all the dimensional halls? I think we are. I mean, they're solos. Well, hit enter. Okay, I guess we're going. There's not really a good reason for this. I just want to have fun. I did refuse to get kidnapped today for party dungeons. And you'll notice I have 4-star tier now. So I have to come clean about that. There was a player in the Discord that was asking me about how 4-star tier worked. And I said, well, great question, because there's no way I would be able to get 4-star tier as a free-to-play, and they just sent me everything that was needed to get to 4-star. So I now have a 4-star tier, which is how I unlocked his special infusion, which I currently... that is the right menu. Which I currently have on my first skill. So it adds a bounce effect, which you can see took out those 4 guys. And every time I use it, I get that gun icon above my head, because that's Tyr's animation. Except this is technically like some variety of speedrun, so maybe I should actually put some effort into not goofing around too much. Are we going to do that? Are we going to create a speedrun for doing all the solo dungeons? I'm going to exclude the Eidolon instances. But that's it. Or sorry, not the Eidolon instances, but the gossip instances. Oh, anyway, I was gonna go here. Eidolon infusion. I threw it on here. And if you're wondering why the second slot is empty, that is because I can't seem to find an Eidolon I can put in there that doesn't give me the prompt that it's overlapping with one of Tyr's effects. And obviously we have to skip all the cutscenes if this is some variety of speedrun adjacent thing. I don't know why I wasn't using Nebula that whole time. And I sure hope that we don't get that random reset in the middle of runs the same way we did last night. And quite frankly, if I was really trying to run fast, I wouldn't kill everything either. Why does it feel like my skills aren't working properly? Oh, yeah, that's my bad one. And again, I don't know why I'm not using Nebula. I'm really bad at playing this class. Actually, it's just that I'm tired. So, we spent the morning doing something which was not actually work, but we weren't allowed to look at our notes for the test while we were doing it because we had to be focused on it, even though it, strictly speaking, wasn't active hands-on work. Then they gave us an hour for the test once we got back from that. And I took about 20 minutes to finish it. Because I did study really hard. But then afterwards it was all the kerfuffle about the union and the shifts and how seniority works. So it's been a long day for me today. And my dear puppy Stella is presently unmaking my bed. She has already pulled up all of the sheets. Wow. I wonder if you can hear her digging at the sheets through the microphone. Alright, so about 5 minutes for playing poorly to do all of Ozymandias. Frankly, for the dimensional halls, it's just going to take forever for anything to spawn, right? Well, thank you, dragonflies. I think one of the people that was assisting with the preparations for the test hadn't looked at the test for quite a while and gave us some very incorrect information about what would be on it, causing us to have to study significantly more than what was required. But I fortunately called at least 3 of the giant memorization tasks that we were told we needed to have memorized that actually turned out to not be on the test at all. So that's... good job, me. You know, when it comes to tests, I don't really get test anxiety or anything, but I have gotten 0 on a test in university before, way back in the day. Like, well, I guess I don't really want to say what class it was, but I was taking it as an elective, but the majority of people in it were not taking it as an elective. And the professor said it had legal it had legal cases as a base for it. So the professor said you can bring as many notes about legal cases as you want to the class, but they have to be your own writings. You can't just photocopy somebody else's notes. It has to be your own notes, but you can bring as many pages as you like because you need to reference legal cases during the test. Makes sense to me. Works. I brought like 6 pages of the summarized legal cases that were relevant to what was supposed to be on the test. And I referenced them and I made my arguments and I still got a 0. And I was the only person that did. So I have failed a test horribly before. But I still don't get test anxiety. Actually, I don't even know why the professor did this, because it felt like they were specifically calling me out. Maybe they didn't like that somebody was taking the class as just an elective for fun. Well, not for fun, but to fulfill requirements. He went up to the board and he wrote how many people got each mark. And when I saw the 1F, I was like, oh, well, I guess that means I passed. And, no. Well, that was a fun class after all. Okay, I don't get test anxiety, but that day, specifically that day, I felt awful. They should get rid of the cutscenes for all these dungeons. And the other thing I should have done is checked how much gold I started with so we could see how much gold I got. No, this is not Pyroclastic Purgatory, it's just the regular Ghostweep Cave. Pyroclastic isn't even out yet on our server. Oh, there's a... Wait, does killing him in solo mode count for the achievement? I swear that was supposed to be a party achievement. No, that's... Do they have the secret stones listed in here? Oh, not there. It would be here. Alright, well they kept the Pyroclastic Purgatory secret stone stats, so... Once Pyroclastic Purgatory's out, you're going to want to run it to try and get your hands on some lava stones. Yeah, it's just not out in this version yet. If they're releasing the Dragon Dungeons in order... Whoop! Not that button. Yeah, it's what that is the right place for Pyroclastic. So if they release them in order, it should be Siege of the Aqua Dragon next, if I come back here for a second. So Siege of the Aqua Dragon should come next. And then Pyroclastic. And then Tempestuous Temple. And then Dark Thunder Temple. Well, hello, Plinko. I have no idea where that came from. And again with the cutscenes. I kind of want to toss this, but I stole it from my other character, so I should probably give it back to him. No, Plinko, this is Impact, not Genshin. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. They really need a button to open up that instance menu. You know what's really impacting my sleep? Freaking Stella. My dear puppy, who is now looking at me as if I'm accusing her of something terrible, but I swear at like 1 a.m. every day she comes up and she's just like tries to push me off of my pillow because she wants to sleep on my pillow. Like, come on, Stella. Come on. fine. And I'm targeting the wrong boss. Horse girl game. Oh, hello, Zero Nim. Horse girl game, huh? My best friend. I would have never pegged her for the kind of person that would ever try Uma Musume. And she's like been texting me for 2 days now about how much she likes it. Truth is, Stella's been pretty sad. Stella's been pretty sad about mom not being around, so she was actually sleeping on the floor because I put out a nice big pillow for her on the floor too, so she was sleeping on the floor. But then, like I said, around 1 a.m. every day, she's been like, actually, I want your pillow, so she'll just kind of like push my head off my pillow. Gold chip memes. That's the one I keep seeing drop kicking people in the face, I think. Gosh, I really don't know anything about Uma Musume. And you can't make me learn anything about it. Wait, you're playing it too? How many people are playing it? Oh, mastery. Okay, side note. I really thought Wrathborn would be significantly longer with that cutscene. But based on the time, it did take me just about 5 minutes for each of those doubles. Interesting. Well, I think the fact that the news about it, like everybody's talking about it, suggests that it could be a lot of fun. But I already play so many games. I actually recently had to drop a couple, especially with all the studying in this last week. I've had to just cold turkey on a couple just to get through my studying for the test. I don't have enough time to play that many games. I want to make... There's so many videos on my list of things that I'd like to make as well. They limit purchase amounts for minors, huh? As long as you actually have some way of verifying that they are minors without doing something silly like getting you to input your ID. Oh, sorry, the test was an internal test from the company about the system that we have to use for it, because I don't want to give too much information about it because it's an extremely niche it's an extremely niche industry, in that you would know the name of the company if I gave enough, like if I even said what we were doing, because there's really only one. But basically, there is a portion of it which involves speaking with elderly clients on the phone, and they need you to be like extremely sharp at being able to like help these people who are not very good at using technology. So you need to know the system like really well to be able to do that. Oh, insurance broker test. That's got to be a lot more challenging than what I did for sure. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, they gave us an hour for it, and I studied hard enough that I was like slammed it out in 20 minutes, handed it in, and the lady that was marking it looked at me like, "Are you kidding?" Well, at least I studied hard enough. Yeah, I don't know what they did for Genshin in the US either. I think it's more like you need to be able to listen at the same time as using an extremely complicated system on the computer at the same time. So you have to be really good at the system, right? Oh, Genshin asked for money or just a birth date? Oh, I guess. Hmm. But yeah, I don't want to go too much into detail about what the job is, because like I said, it's such a niche industry that you would know literally the company I work for if I gave any more information. You know, it's funny for Genshin. I even tried putting in a VPN for the US because I wanted to see what all those the information about the stuff, but it clearly just a VPN isn't enough to for it to decide that you're an American now. My precious Canadian account is just my Canadian account. I don't get to see all the restrictions you guys have over there. I guess if I were to move to the States, I'd get to keep my Canadian shop prices. Oh, actually, I think the Welkin or whatever costs more in Canada than it does in the United States anyway, because of our dollar. Inventory cleaning is part of the challenge, though, so maybe we'll just keep boxes. Deal with those later. Yeah, it's $6.99 for a Welkin. Hello, Zadie. Oh, I've got the chat on the opposite side that I normally do. I just realized that. Right there. Oh, right there. Ah, yeah, so it is more expensive in the Canadian dollar dues. We're used to that. I know, but the number is bigger. It makes me sad. Of course, I already have it. Yeah, I bet your lattes only cost $5 too. A lot of places around here, their prices have gone up recently. Ah, 1-to-1 ratio. My sister worked at a bookstore when the dollars were equal. And apparently, they'd get so many people that would come in and complain that they want to pay the US price on the book. Ah, 4 more for one more level of our collection here. Egg prices. Let's not make this a war, shall we? Oof. No, I think I started it. Hmm. Well, I really like having eggs around because they're tasty. Hey, Lousy! Now, I will admit, I know what Plinko's talking about because I've seen pictures of the cute little birdies. But you do still have to raise the birds to get the eggs. Hello, Snuff people. I have got 30% move speed from this buff item that was part of the promotion for the pre-registration. Then I've got antelope cores, which give 10% move speed on both of my weapons. I've got a little bit of move speed on my fortifications for my my trophies and accessories. I actually don't have them all at plus 20 yet, so not a ton there. I actually don't have the move speed back ornament, which you should definitely get if you can. And then, oh, it is in here. And then on the envoy path for my class, there's 30% more move speed. Not every envoy has that much. And then over here on weapon mastery, I've taken another 15%. So that's where I got all my move speed from. Birds on the loose. Well. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit slow at responding to comments. It's not a proper speed run, so I'm not like locked in here or anything, but I am still trying to at least make progress here. The experience now compared to the original game. So I feel like because this game has defined limits on the amount of stuff that you can run per character, it's like it's easier to set like a daily objective for what you want to accomplish. I'm kind of back and forth on how much I like the fortification system because it is technically a little bit more free-to-play friendly in that it is possible to make progress much easier than the other game because your access to all of the fortifications is like just the regular dungeons. You don't have to spend LP on them. You don't have to spend any cash on them like as a free-to-play. But like, that's the point. That's the real heart of the issue though there, Zero Name, is whether or not it feels like it's sure to play. I really, really like the way the combat feels. So for me, it's not. But what is a chore is the fact that we can't get really high move speed, and getting your speed to 50% is miserable. And Freak Up and Nuts? Oh geez, that's a name. My evasion isn't that great, right? But I'm looking more at that damage against bosses on this on the Devourer set anyway, right? Because my alternative is I get 30% crit damage against bosses when I've only got a 30% crit rate. So it didn't make sense to use the other set anyway for me because my crit rate isn't anywhere near high enough. So even just triggering the Devourer's bonus once in a while is better than having a 30% that's only triggering 30% of the time, right? It's because I went full speed because it's killing me when I can't use my skills. So for me personally, I just find running through dungeons like this enjoyable. Well, yeah, it's detail damage, right? But like this is fun for me. This is quite relaxing. I'm having fun. I'm having fun, she insists. But anyway, I did see Booma there ask about what my PC setup is. Oh geez. I have, what do I have? Just keep gaslighting yourself. You know what? I am having fun. And I think one of the things that I've been enjoying a lot about this version of the game is that I have tier right away. I was able to get tier right away. Definitely not by abusing a bug that I didn't tell anyone about and then reported to get it fixed. 100%. I have a video of what happened. I only abused it a really little bit until I realized how much of a problem it was. Oh gosh, Booma, I want to answer Booma before I move on, but I have forgotten what my computer is because I am so tired. So excuse me while I go to my computer properties and take a look at what on earth my computer is. There we go. I have a Ryzen 7 5800X, 32 gigabytes of RAM, RTX 3060 Ti 8 gigabytes. That's the setup going on here that I don't have memorized. It's a little bit older of a PC, like and I mean it's not that old. I got it built during COVID and it cost way too much for the time because it was so hard to get your hands on any kind of graphics card. Like I literally went to a local shop, like a local owned shop, and I said, "Hey, look, I'd like to start live streaming and I'm gonna do it seriously. I need a better PC, so if this is my budget, what can you get me?" And they just like, we have no graphics cards available. So I said, okay, call me when you get one and then let's talk. And that's how it ended up going. But unfortunately, my computer is not compatible with Windows 11, so I'm a little bit worried about the fact that nothing is, no, it's not compatible with Windows 7 or Windows 11. I'm a little bit worried about that. Yeah, I'm not good enough with computers for that kind of stuff, and it makes me nervous messing around with it because bad experiences in the past. Anyway, someone was asking about the tier infusion skill. I've actually got it infused on the on my main skill here, just because I get to use it more. And you get to see that gun symbol flashing above my head, and it reminds me that I've got tier with me, which is great. I love my boy. Boink. So it's actually really cool the way that it works. So when you infuse a skill with an Eidolon, it adds to the range. So if your skill was originally a melee skill, and I'm infusing it with Tyr's gun skill, that skill becomes a ranged skill. On the other hand, if I'm infusing a ranged skill with it, it adds to the range. So the original range of the Holy Hero Dragon Cannon is not this long. Like, I'm sure if you've played Chip before, you know that it's not that long, right? They cannot tear him away from me. 100%. So yeah, the range is not that long, so it's additive. Like I was testing it out with the Starlight Meteor, the teleport. Like you can teleport a bunch extra distance if you infuse it there, or if you infuse it on like Starlight Whirlwind, it becomes a ranged skill that you can fire from a distance. It still gives you a pink wing though, so I kind of took it off. Like I decided to put it on one of my lightning skills. Hey. I actually don't know the full effect. I know that it infuses the skill with lightning if it's not a lightning skill, but I put it on a lightning skill, so that doesn't do anything. But is there any way to actually read the full descriptions of what God's lightning entails? Because I was just looking at the people and like I was just following the advice of the people in the Discord last night and testing stuff out. The other benefit of the tier infusion skill is that it actually has a bounce. So it's the only bounce effect in the game. It's just quite a short bounce. So maybe these guys? Nope, they were too far apart. Yeah, it's a relatively short range bounce, but I have seen it go up to 4 times. I just haven't been able to line up more than 4 mobs. Zeronim, who says I am playing more on Impact than I am on the official or the old server. I mean, I am, but that was because I was studying for a test. And Rim kept kidnapping me while I was trying to get other stuff done. I haven't done streaming on the other game. Mostly because I like to try to find some kind of objective when I'm doing a stream. Like today I'm trying to see how long it takes me to do all the solos, right? So when I'm playing the other game right now, I'm usually just noodling around in Gaia. And I feel like watching me run Gaia a bunch of times, just having noodling around with a couple of different classes and trying to get some dragon points, doesn't really make for a good stream. Yes, the LP was worth it. But here's what I was thinking, and I don't know what you guys would feel about this. On Sunday, I was thinking it might be really ridiculous to do a stream where I'm playing both at the same time, and literally like the left half of the screen is one game and the right half of the screen is the other game. What do you think? I think it would be dumb. I will not explain the sausage guy. That is all you. Actually, here. Oh, I've got the audio for Impact muted as well. I've actually just got it muted because I was listening to some other stuff while I was playing, like I was watching shows and stuff, so I turned it off because it was getting in the way. Although I do find it's easier to jump cast with the audio on. Hey, look, my inventory might even make it through. Well, good night, Zeronim. Thanks for stopping by. And Resonant, it's going pretty good. We're almost done the first category in 40 minutes, so maybe I will get to go to bed at a reasonable time. I'm actually meeting my mother for coffee again tomorrow. But we're going out at 6 in the morning. 6:45, sorry. Did I beat him? Yes, I did. And please don't comment on how my gameplay is right now. I'm very exhausted. Can't even remember if I beat the bosses that I'm here for. Oh man, I should have used like a drop charm since I'm running everything. Or would that have just been worse for my inventory? Alright, that is all of the equipment instances, so I'm gonna throw my dimensional halls, or throw some dimensional halls in here. But yeah, what do you guys think about the idea of a brain rot stream? 2 games at once. Yeah, I've literally not done any cooking in this game so far. No food. I even stopped using potions. I got no potions. Alright, so this Sunday, I'll try to figure out how I can set it up so that the left half of the screen My computer can, okay? I have played both games at once. It just needs to stream them at the same time as well. I think I can do it. I think it can do it. Fishing, huh? You know, I've only done fishing for like about half an hour. Wouldn't it be funny to do something like Aura Kingdom Impact on Twitch and Aura Kingdom on YouTube at the same time and just do like a different game on each platform? That might be fun too. No, we're gonna do the half and half screen to see if that works. Oh, come on. I missed my nebula because he knocked me back. Stop it. Oh, you can get LP from this. Pre-recorded allegations. Gosh, I remember hearing the story of that person that tried to get away with murder by doing a pre-recorded live stream. My inventory first, I think. But yeah, we're totally gonna do brain rot live stream. 2 games. Bitter coffee. I prefer coffee that's bitter. I'm not a big on the ones that have like syrups and sugar in them. I do like lattes though. But the best latte is going to be one that's got a really sharp espresso in it. I don't know how far I could get if I was trying to, another mastery I've already got. Cool. I don't know how far I could get if I was trying to do something during a live stream. Pulling any shenanigans. If it's just regular coffee, I usually take it black. Like putting milk in coffee is kind of a way to make a cheap coffee more palatable, in my opinion. Oh, Lousy, don't ask me that. Or is this where I put out the old, I would simply never put myself in a position where that's the case? But yeah, like, my old company had a pod machine for the coffee, and I found that it came out tasting really lemony. Like the acidity was so high that it honestly kind of just tasted like lemon water at times. I mean, not like exactly like lemon water, but like it was just so acidic that it didn't taste like coffee anymore. And you could bring it back down to like palatable levels by adding a bit of milk. But if it's just a good cup of coffee, it's just black is fine. You can actually taste it. Yeah, it was a Keurig machine. New company has a nice coffee machine. Beans on the top. It grinds them fresh every time. Okay. Plinko's giving me a hard time because I bought citric acid and I've just been adding it to my water because I actually like sour water. Yeah, I switched jobs because the coffee is bad. Sure. You know, to be fair, the more you drink coffee, the less caffeine seems to impact you, but that's not necessarily a good thing, so don't do it for that reason. Captain Knuckles has a good taste as well. Cinnamon is also a very good additive for coffee. It brings out a lot of nice flavors. You can see I've actually got links to all of the green oddity quests. It's just that they're sometimes split into a couple videos, and sometimes I link to somebody else's channel for some of them. But all of them should be covered in the playlist that I've got on my channel. Coffee with sparkling water. That reminds me of the people who got tricked into trying to make sparkling milk. Don't try to make sparkling milk. If you don't know what happens when you make sparkling milk, look it up. It's bad. Genmaicha. You know, genmaicha would be nice right now, but cold. And with a little bit of citric acid. I did not try the coffee-flavored Coca-Cola. How long ago was that out? Coffee-flavored Coca-Cola. You know, I do remember seeing the cans, like advertisements for them. But truthfully, I'm not super big on pop. I find it to be a little too sweet. Lousia, I've also heard that you should not do that. There's no hotkey for idle for instances. They really need to add a hotkey for that. Ice Wizard! I think that Ice Wizard looks cooler. But the consensus in the Discord seems to be that Flame Wizard is stronger. And I don't know what that is, Snuff People, but thanks, I'll stick to my my espresso machine. Beautiful Pez. You know what I like is specifically something like an affogato with ice cream. Because if you pour a shot of espresso directly on top of ice cream, especially if it's like really cold ice cream, the coffee will freeze into like little crystals and it adds a really cool textural element to it. I don't usually keep ice cream around the house, but when I do, that's what I make. I'm gonna ruin my inventory with Eidolon frags again. Oh, Kofi Luwak! Yes, I've had that before. You know, it's funny, I had a coworker ages ago who made me Vietnamese coffee with Kopi Luwak, and she didn't want to tell me what it was because she was scared that I wouldn't try it if I didn't if I knew what it was. But we would typically refer to it as civet coffee, not poop coffee. I said affogato, didn't I? Yeah, like Vietnamese coffee with the iced coffee with the condensed milk. Holy crap, not only was that stuff like ultra strong, but it was like ultra smooth at the same time. I don't know that I've ever had such an interesting experience with an iced coffee just based on the preparation method. I guess the other one I've tried recently was the Dalgona coffee, where you whip instant coffee into foam. I'm sure they do, but it's dangerous to have that kind of stuff around the house. that that coffee, the Vietnamese coffee, is the first one that has ever given me jitters. I've never gotten jitters from coffee before. The first time that I had Vietnamese coffee was the one time it happened. It was really good. I would have it again, but I imagine that it's significantly more expensive than my current coffee budget would allow to fit in easily. Right now I'm at sticking to $40 a month for beans. Although frankly, with the coffee in the office actually being really good now, I could probably get away with drinking a little less at home and just kind of like drinking more at the office. I'm gonna raise their coffee budget by $40 a month. Come to think of it, I wonder if they're gonna suddenly find that they order way too much coffee at my old company. Ah. I wonder if they're gonna suddenly realize they're ordering way too much coffee and they'll be like, click how much I actually drank at the previous office. I mean, it was just Keurig cups, right? Hmm. Yep, there's a wall. Yeah, when it comes to alcohol, I don't know, it doesn't even taste good. The part that tastes good is the part that's not the alcohol, in my opinion. I don't even know what percent done we are. I hope at least half. But yeah, it auto uses LP for me. So, I don't know if there's people that haven't noticed yet, but you can stick your LP and like your dragon point spheres in here so that they don't start building up in your inventory. But you can't stick your pets in there. I've never heard about Keurig cups specifically killing turtles, but they are quite plastic intensive. Not ideal. Not to mention they've got DRM on coffee. Unauthorized K cup. Please remove. Oh. Level 6 guild when I start trying again. Look at our guild. I'm third place for contributions because I've been slacking, and by that I mean I've been working. I should probably take that code out of there too since it's not active anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Suppose I could give some people permission to go to the warehouse too. Oh, we have another rank! Hold on a second. So trainee is now going to be Twilight. And then midnight. Except when I hit apply, look, it was not me. The game automatically changed it to lowercase, okay? It was not me. I did type it right. There is a glitch that the bulletin and the last position are all lowercase, right? It's not me. good now. It's all good. You know, Plinko, I really wanted to name the guild Cafe, but it freaked out when I was trying to make the guild. Like, I wanted to name it Midday Cafe. I did not add the word simp in the middle, but for some reason the game didn't want to let me, and I don't know whether or not there was like a forbidden word somewhere inside there or whatever, but yeah, it wouldn't let me. So I just typed in Evenfall again like my other guild in the other game, and it stuck. It stayed. But if you really want a midday simp club in Aura Kingdom Impact, Plinko, you can feel free to make it yourself. Which I know you won't do because you're not playing it. Make the game run smoother. I don't know offhand your specific circumstances. If you mean in Navia, it's just gonna be like that in Navia. Mine absolutely chugs in Navia too. But if we go to my settings here, you'll notice that I'm actually only on 60 frames per second. And that's because my monitors don't even... My monitors are only 75 hertz, so going to the 120 feels like meaningless to me. But, I mean, otherwise I'm all on high settings, right? Copilot, I don't know anything about Toe, so, I can't answer that. Oh, wrong one. Alright, they wanted access to the guild warehouse too, so... Where's guild warehouse? Oh, thanks so much for stopping by, Dragonflies! You know what? It's gonna be a free-for-all. Everybody go ahead and abuse the guild warehouse. Saved it, right? Yeah, sure. Just as a reminder for anybody that joined the guild, I did say I'm a bad guild leader, and you knew that when you joined. Oh shoot! Why did they not have speak in chat permissions? Oops. Can you imagine if I just took away everybody's speak in chat permissions every time I live streamed? Oh, my. Can I admit that I actually kind of love that bug? Like, there's something about the textures just giving up that I love. Yep. Sorry, I'm messing around with my air conditioning because it's having a fit behind me. But yeah, there's just something about the textures that the exploding, that I just kind of love. It's almost like the world is giving up. Oh no, I was talking about the the world exploding. Like, I hate to put it this way, but it's kind of like almost inspiring. Like, when I look at it, my brain is like, oh, there's a story behind that the world is giving up. Is it still gonna be there when I come out? It probably should be. Yeah, it is. Like, I know it's not intentional, but it's so surreal and neat. I just kind of dig it, guys. This is the best speedrun in the world. Taking time to enjoy the unique experience. And that's it too. Like, you know, it's unique every time. The story costs money to fix. No, I don't mean story in terms of like the reason why it's happening, because it's pretty clear that the reason why it's happening is because there's something going wrong and they haven't decided to invest in fixing it. Ooh. Oh shoot. I needed that Nasruddin's frozen scale. Oh, but yeah, no, I mean, people know that I write. But just... love to see that in one of those game-related, like, animes or whatever. World completely falling apart and doing crap like that. That's amazing. It looks cool. Like, especially when you get one like that, where it's actually really cool, like, stuff going on, as compared to the times when it's just a complete mess and you can't even see where you're going. Har Plinko, I know that you know. But for anyone that didn't know, I am still hoping that I might be able to get the next story I'm writing out before the end of the month. Not like a professional author or anything, it's just a hobby, but I did publish one story on my Ko-fi for free if anybody wanted to read it, and I was hoping to get another one this month. I'm worried about what you said, where you're going with that, Plinko. Gosh, the other day in guild chat we were talking about how I used to write fan fiction in high school. And they were hoping to find it. Alright, that is it for the Eidolon instances, so we're going to run another dimensional hall. Yeah, I don't know. The story that I'm currently working on is actually one that I finished writing about 3 years ago, but I wasn't super satisfied with some parts of it. So I took another look at it, and I realized what it was that I disliked, and now I'm kind of trying to fix it. Like, I'm trying to put the pieces that need to be there in place and remove it. Well, when you say fan fiction and ghost stories, what comes to mind is that oh, that anime that was like really famous for having the ridiculous English dub. It was just frick the I think it was just called Ghost Stories, right? The one with the ridiculous English dub, not Ghost Hunt. Alright, dimensional hold on. Fortification instances. So really all we have left are fortification instances and abyss conquests, right? Because we have the solo whirlpool and then the solo infernal abyss. Because we're not gonna do gossips, and actually I guess Dante's doesn't suck that much, right? Maybe we could try Dante's. Fortifications. It's not really a time limit, it's more just a timer. See how long it takes to actually go through everything. Solo, because I think usually we would, if we were trying to queue up for dungeons, we'd take about an hour and a bit to do a full run of that as well. Well, an hour so far. But gosh, if they actually fixed all these other instances to be the fast teleport mode when there's no mobs in there, it wouldn't be so bad. But the way that I was actually playing... The way that I was actually playing two games at once was basically, as this character is running their way through those gaps between the bosses on the other screen, I would switch over to running Gaia on my other game. But I wonder how trippy it would be to have my character in, like, the same costume, split down the middle. That's what I'm gonna do on Sunday. That's the plan for Sunday. I'm gonna wear the same costume, same colors, different classes, different games, and see what happens if we literally slice it down the middle. I don't think anything about this this run that I'm doing right now could be considered as being described as optimal. I've definitely been goofing around a lot, but if nobody else does it, can I submit it to like a speedrun chart? It's not a real speedrun, but shall we start something? Honestly, at that point, it would just be like a contest of who's got the most move speed, right? Oh, but then would it require you to beat the Infernal Abyss? Because I don't know 100% whether or not I can get to the end of Infernal Abyss. Actually, with my tier bounce skill, it might be easier. The issue I was having before is that the, a little bit limited in terms of AoE. Stand around Navia virus. Navia is a lot of fun when there's a lot of people there too. Just people watching. Honestly, that would be kind of silly and dumb. I've never submitted anything to like a speedrun chart because obviously I don't do speedruns, but that might be really fun and dumb. There's a clock on the screen. It counts, right? No, wait. What the? Your Plinko's trying to slow me down by sending me the most ridiculous video I've ever seen. Okay, well maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. I've seen some pretty ridiculous videos in my day, but that was an interesting bug. Thank you for sharing. Fortification instant, Scandio. Honestly, when it comes to like specific kinds of beans, I don't know that I would say that I've got a particularly favorite kind of beans because I've really one of my favorite things is just trying different kinds of beans and whatnot. But in terms of serving, it's got to be the latte, which is why my desk is covered in lattes. You know what? If you don't mind, Plinko, I could share that video, a link to that video in the chat here, because that was pretty funny. Because you can't post links, but I can. Well, it's the steamed milk with espresso, like a really strong espresso, is a very nice combination. Do, 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 do. Yeah. There you go, that's Shuriken Shenanigans. Which is what you should have named it, Plinko. You should have named the video Shuriken Shenanigans. But yeah, what I really like about lattes is that it's not just the like the flavor of the coffee, especially really strong espresso, is good. And then you got the texture of the milk that it gives it like a little bit more than just being a beverage all on its own. And Aizusa, my interview was actually a couple of weeks ago. I've been working the job for 2 weeks, and then they test you to make sure that you've actually like learned how to use all the software that's required for it. We did good. I have the job. Now that being said, it's a union position and technically considered to be casual, so I don't have a set schedule, which means it'll be a surprise when I'm working, especially since the next week's schedule is already set. I do not make nukes. Can you imagine? Thank you! I'm very happy to. I'm really exhausted after today, though, so I was considering not streaming just to go to bed early, and then I thought, wait, if I do that, they'll think I failed the test and I lost my job. Oh, what was that old line? Maybe? Maybe not. It's classified? Ah. What's my inventory doing? Look at this mess of an inventory. All those dungeons and not even one weapon gem. I know weapon gems only drop in the equipment mode. Did we count all the dimensional halls? It's kind of meaningless to do the low ones. I did say all, though. Weapon gems are a scam as long as you're not getting these good ones. No, they're not that great. Oh, I have an evasion one. No wonder my evasion's relatively high, considering I've got 0 points in there. Huh. Maybe that does make the Devourer set slightly better for me than for your average bear. Fortification, minor stat. Alright, so here's what I do when I'm playing 2 games. I go like this, and then I come over onto my other screen and I play that game. And then once I arrive there, you hit him with the nebula. And you go back. It's not exactly, but you want to know which one is exactly? Hold on, Conk. Auto run. Costume. Is it in here? Yeah, it sure is. This one. Wait, why is it? There's a chip version? Okay, that just makes sense. We needed that in the other game. Hold on. Where's the regular adult version? There you go. That's exactly like me. Dang, they had a chip version of the costumes! The idea of having to grind for the profession costumes again just kind of makes me feel tired. But yeah, I really like this costume. It's cute. In fact, when I opened up the store, oh, I got my daily charm. When I opened up the store here to look at the costumes, as soon as I saw that one, I basically stopped looking at the other options. Which is a slight shame because we do have the raccoon maid, which is quite cute as well. Yeah, this is a great speed run. Taking the time to stop and enjoy the raccoon maid. You can see the little teeny little raccoon on the shoulder there. It's cute as heck. I think if you sent it to Lally, she might actually lose it. And I mean, the Poseidon is pretty. I really like it. But it's not really safe to be running around in bare feet. I like this one quite a bit because for some reason I actually like butterflies quite a lot, and I don't know why. Oh yeah, you sent it to Lally and what happened? Lally was so upset that she didn't even look at it. Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of time to actually play games right now, but she does still take care of moderation stuff. Oh, well, you know me. I like free stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's me. I'm the one that has Lally's raccoon maid outfit. It's cute. I dyed it and I re-rolled it and it's cute, so I like it. But I think my main problem on the other game is that I kind of like spending a really long time getting an outfit that I think is perfect for each character, and then I never change it. So I have all these new costumes that I've gathered because I love them, and then I never wear them. So I tried putting a couple ones that I really, really liked in Midday's inventory and switching between them, but I mean, what other color would I dye it though? Look, it's not like I just dye everything fully khaki and call it a day. Look how tasteful the coloring is on this outfit here. I know this is a speed run, but this is important. Look how tasteful that coloring is. It is absolutely perfect. The black and the white with the khaki accents on the translucent and sparkling parts. Perfect. It's peak style and fashion. So, yeah. I suppose I need the interface to enter my dungeons, eh? I have a hammer. Hold on. This is the class that I should be, right? Hammer! Actually, is there a giant hammer costume in the game right now? I don't have a weapon costume. And again, this is a speed run, remember? Hmm. No, on the contrary, Conk. My VTuber model is one that I made by taking a screenshot of the game and then cutting it and redrawing it so that it could be rigged. So I stole from them. uh, Lawsuit arriving on my desk any day now. But yeah, this is the archaeology costume. I think you might have missed it since I found it. This one. Obviously, I dyed it khaki so that it would be my favorite color. Actually, it should be in here too, shouldn't it? Costume... No. You can't test the colors on the... Ah, okay. Anyway, do we have a hammer? No, it doesn't look like we've got specifically the hammer costume here. Oh, if I was infringing on Nintendo, I'd be, You know, some people, aren't as much of a fan of the way that the color dyeing options work and that it only works on, specific pieces. Like, a lot of people were saying they really wanted to be able to dye the glasses, and I totally get that. And another thing is that the, no, not there. That one. Costume dye. The dyes after white and black are the ones that they added in later. They don't look the same in lighting. Myriad, no, I have not yet. I thought it was only available in China right now. Is there a version available in English? Right, that's all those solos, so I guess now we're on to Dimensional Hall 45. I really do want to try it. Stylish. Yeah, no, I didn't try the Chinese server. I'm not sure whether or not you'd be able to play without being able to understand the language, but my ability to get the gist of some things based on my Japanese kanji knowledge is not enough to play a game, I think. Like sometimes when I'm reading, I know that there's some text in game that still shows up in Chinese here, and I can kind of get the gist of what it says. But like, I can't read Chinese. Oh, one of those other YouTubers is, or the other YouTuber for Aura Kingdom is live and they're giving away Frigga. Should I enter for a chance to win Frigga? My internet can. Oh no, I'm in a speedrun. I'm in a speedrun. I should not be. Alright, Abyss solo. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, they're too far apart for the bounce. Alright, gather them all up. Well, if nobody else has done it, then I'm the fastest. I win the speed run. Hello, Yuzurashiro. Oh, come on, even these guys are too far apart for a bounce? I wonder if I could get like a, something that increases the effect of the infusion. Like if I were to infuse another Eidolon that had like a range, or an AoE buff on it, would that affect the infusion or only the original skill? There's so many questions we need answers to. Yes, I passed my test, so rather than, I was gonna say rather than wallowing in coffee, I'm streaming, but it kinda looks like I'm wallowing in coffee, doesn't it? Yes, I have a job. Right. Gather up. Knock him out. Yeah, truth be told, they, one of the people that was training definitely scared us by telling us way too much to memorize, but it was fine. Um, specifically, respectfully, how old am I? Specifically, it was a test for, being able to keep the job because they needed you to be able to, like, learn fast enough and be proficient enough with the system. I'm not 57. I'm not. I'm not 57. I'm not 56 either. Put it this way, I attended university, and then I worked for 10 years at one job, so I'm not that young. It's actually kind of funny because some of my coworkers at my previous job, some of my coworkers at my previous job had no idea how old I was. So, yeah, you can see what I look like by going to, and watching the video online as tech tips. So you can get the impression that I definitely look younger than I actually am. But like, I had a coworker who was like, I think she was 21 or so, and she thought I was about the same age as her, despite the fact that I had been working there for almost 10 years. And I'm like, what? Like I started when I was 10 years old or something? Um, yeah, when I was when I did some live streams with Aura Kingdom, I did have a face cam on for some of them, but my camera was really bad, so I'm sure you can't tell from that. But the Linus Tech Tips video, you can see like full body, that's me. And I've also, I think I posted a photo of my of me at my desk right after the Linus Tech Tips video. Because I said something about my Genshin Impact desk mat, and I wanted to make sure people knew that it was just like a perfectly normal desk mat that just happened to have some pretty art from Genshin Impact on it, not something ridiculous. Oh yeah, the cooking VODs! You're right, I totally did. They're not really VODs, they were just little shorts. I forgot about those. I did those too. Those were a lot of fun, but um, when I was trying to recreate the recipes or recipes inspired by the Genshin Impact recipes, those were so much fun. But the recipes started getting a little bit too ornate, and it was way too expensive to try to put together something. Oh, and then I have Plinko sending me the link to the Linus video so that I should apparently send it to you guys or something, but I'll let you guys look for it if you want to. They post so many videos, it'll just get harder and harder to see. How many views does it have now? It actually performed really badly for them, so I wouldn't be surprised if they never do this kind of thing again. Oh, it's almost at 1,000,000. Ah, shoot, those guys get upset if I take them too far. I should be focusing because this is actually a timed dungeon. But yeah, if you go to the short section of my channel, you can see me cooking a bit. I actually really like cooking, but I'm bad at following recipes. So I'm much better at, like, taking ideas and making them into things rather than, like, strictly following recipes. Get out of here. Oh, come on. These guys are so big. They should have bigger hitboxes for bouncing. Yeah, I totally forgot about the cooking videos. Honestly, should try it again. You know, one of the ones that I didn't end up making a video about was Pachin. I made Pachin based off of a Genshin Impact recipe, which is like crispy saffron rice with yogurt chicken. Oh, highly recommend you guys give that a shot if you've never tried it before. It's amazingly delicious. I honestly keep the recipe for I keep the recipe open on my tablet so that I can just find it. Uh, 13 minutes and I'm on the 6th haul? I don't know if that's very good time. I think I'm taking too long in these rooms. Uncle Roger's egg fried rice. Well, I mean, if you're gonna take advice on how to make egg fried rice, it's gonna be from Uncle Roger, right? Mm. Man, I haven't had egg fried rice in a long time. Now I kind of want some. Come here. Come here. Should do it poorly and tag him. Yeah, that's what I need for my channel to really explode, is some bad karma from fried rice YouTubers. My kitchen isn't exactly great for doing videos, though. Like, the lighting is quite poor. And there's not a lot of space. Hand cam. Kiku, I'm not even sure what that is. Ah, well, congratulations, Lousy. You've talked in chat enough times that you have been granted, I guess the first would be King, second would be Queen, and third would be Jack. No. Like I think not then. Sorry, Lousy. Dimas, hello. With regards to move speed, your easiest source is gonna be boink over here in the weapon mastery. You can grab 15 points here. Next up, antelope cores. I'm using antelope cores for both my weapons. The debuff doesn't stack, but the wrong tab on the weapons there. The debuff doesn't stack, but the move speed does, which is nice. I just realized that because I'm using a bard, I also get an extra 5% there. I get some from the fortifications on my accessories and trophies. And on your envoy path, depending on your class, you may have 1 to 3 nodes for move speed as well. That's where I'm getting a lot of mine from. And I died. This is remember this is a speed run. And Gunk, were you talking about? Oh yeah, there might be a bit of delay. But also, yeah, I was kind of chit-chatting and trying to get back to the helping out. I'm actually really bad at live streaming, if you can't tell. I got the jankiest freaking model and I can barely keep up with chat when there's 20 people here. Gosh, what day was it? I think it was the second day I was streaming that I literally just went to Blizzardburg and bounced into the sky for like 15 minutes while chatting because I couldn't keep up in game. Mm. Come on. What's going on? Why are you not dying? Ah, alright, what's going on here? Oh, when they knock you into the sky, it fails. There. 8 minutes. And I'm in the 8 hall. That could be tough. Okay, I think I should probably... Okay, I'm not going to use my wings. I haven't used them even once so far this run. But I'm going to try to not use my wings here. I ran right out. I probably should have used the wings. Yeah, I'm not so much worried about running out of time. I'm more worried about... Oh, I guess it is time, but... I'm worried that if I try and gather them up so I can hit them all with the nebula, they'll do too much damage and I won't be able to tank it. Come on, guys, gather up. Guess that's what I've got stuns for, huh? That probably wasn't ideal, but... Yeah, you guys just run into the nebula, that's fine. What about you? Will you run into the nebula for me? Yeah, you will. Sort of. Alright. And I'm down to 0 wings here, so how about... That was not what I wanted to do. Good. I don't have Netflix, so I don't know what's on Netflix. Is it possible to get the Infernal Abyss buff twice? Sometimes it happens in the regular game. So what we did in the past was after you finished the first boss, you could run back and refresh your buff. But once you're into the second hall, there's nothing you can do. And it was probably a bad idea to use my wings there. But it's fine. Right, talking to it again isn't going to do anything once you're not in the first hall anymore. But frankly, the first hall is so quick that I don't even know if it would have been worth resetting it. The problem is probably not going to be the time limit for me. It's going to be DPSing. Dying probably despawned my little Alucard too. Oh, I guess I might get my wings back. What do you know? We did it! Hey, hit you with the one attack, and then the release, and then that, and then a stun, so you stay in it. Easy. And guess what? We have to do it again. But doing it twice in a row would be boring, so whoa, it actually teleported me here? That doesn't seem intentional. Doing it twice in a row would be boring, so we're gonna do another dimensional hall. Then we're gonna do the Whirlpool Abyss. And then we'll do Infernal. And then we'll do Dimensional Hall. And then we'll do Whirlpool Abyss. Again. Gosh. Ah, power outage. Nope, you're gone. And I suppose I should throw it out there if you, are debating what's worth it for dimensional halls. Not all of them will give you experience, but they do actually give you, if the level matches. Doing the dimensional halls is still worth it if the level matches, because you still get mastery experience. Mastery experience. And not these low ones. These low ones are giving me, like, next to nothing. But, oh hey, Clefto! But these low ones are still solo instances, so they're technically part of my run. I'm not getting anything from this except the final drop. And there is a chance to get a login patch, which is the item that you can use to recover a login day if you missed a day for login. I was super sad because when I had my login didn't count on the first day because I didn't get to a high enough level. And I thought I would just miss out on the last day of the rewards, but nah, I managed to get one by doing dimensional halls. Also, if you want this fabulous title that I got, definitely not through abusing a system issue that I then reported before anybody else found out how to abuse it, 2-dimensional is one of the dimensional hall titles. I feel like I should probably explain what that bug was before people think that I did something actually super evil. I think I explained it last time, though. I may not beat this, actually. Those, exploding bugs really, really hurt. Oh, that was just a daily. Yeah, you have to tank them. If they don't hit you and do damage, they just attack again. Like, even when you were using, like, Persephone in the other game, they would just hit you again. I mean, the other thing about this dungeon in the other game is that every time you died, you'd get a debuff that would decrease your stats by 10% and lasted like 2 minutes. So even if you just waited for the debuff to go away, or maybe it was 1 minute, but even if you just waited for the debuff to go away, you've only got 15 minutes in here. This is solo mode. Conk, it's solo mode. It's designed for people that are level 65. I mean, it should they go up to level 99. So it's going to get harder, and that's why I don't know that I can beat this one. Then again, Zahir went up to level 99 too. There's a solo mode in the OG server too. Which is nice, because way back in the day when you had to come here for the Showdown at Wrathborn Temple quest series, there was a lot of people that had a lot of difficulty because they couldn't solo it and there were no parties there. So you'd get people saying like, really need a carry for the dungeon just for my quest. Oh dear. I see that my Gilby is finding suspicious activity out of something that I do. So I think one of the more contentious things in the community right now is that if you want the LP for dungeon queuing, you have to use the queue. Which means that if you're a low-level player that actually wants to fight and get some gold and LP, you're going to join the queue, but you might get in with a party that's rushing because it's low-level content and all they care about is that they want to just get through and get their LP, right? So you might not even get a hit on a single mob, but you'll still get LP. Whoop. So like, I get that there's people that are frustrated that they join dungeons and then they can't hit the bosses, but at the same time, like, it's really hard for me when I've only got a very short window after work where I can even play. I like the queue incentives. The problem is that the incentives for low-level players and high-level players are completely different, because high-level players don't care about the little bit of silver they're getting, they just want the LP. 100 gold for the bot? That's dumb. Just do it like us. Don't see a word to run through. I think there's probably some people that have a very negative opinion of me based on the way that we've been running dungeons. But it is what it is. Oop. See, this is where I was worried that we might not be able to do it. Stun. Hit you with the boop and the boop. I'm now a villain. Look, they didn't properly hit me because the mobs killed me. They go back, another one spawns, and now there's more of them. So that's what makes this dungeon challenging at the end here. Well, you know, truth be told, I am actually quite enjoying the Genshin event, the combat event, like actually fighting with other players, because I don't feel an incentive to run, I don't feel the incentive to run any of the domains and whatnot with other people because it's faster for me to do it alone. But it is still fun fighting with other people. It's just that other people have a tendency to not pick the right characters. Like, we had one that was for burning. One person had Kinich, one person had Madoka, one person had Bennett. So I'm like, perfect. This is literally my Emily team. So I go to Emily. And what happens? But the Madoka changes to a second freaking Kinich. Like, that's not enough fire. We need some fire, guys. But it was too late, and I could not change. Yeah, we're not going to be able to make it. There's too many explodey guys. Unless... Nope. I don't know if I even got any of the turtles. You know, I don't hate Wua. The time that I spent playing it, I very much enjoyed. Yep. Oh yeah, so we had that one. We just needed to break one more shield, but our Sitlali lured the guy away and would not use their plunge attack to break the shield, and it was too far to get to the wind current. So I'm like, you are Sitlali, you can jump into the sky and break the shield for us, please. But anyway, yes, this dungeon is tough at a low level. For this reason. You see that? Only one of the bugs died that time. I got the turtle! There's just so many of them. Yeah. As you can see, this isn't gonna work, but... You know, it's not that Genshin has enough husbandos anyway, because they don't. No game has enough. The market is just, they don't understand, oh geez, person in guild chat asking the questions and I can't respond because I'm too busy being absolutely decimated by deep sea exploding bugs. Rem, you can confirm that I do not have guides to metals because it doesn't feel like they're like super necessary when all the requirements are listed. Hey, I survived kind of a long time there. Oh, look, 2 bugs died, and I'm sure 4 more will have spawned. Guys, am I allowed to leave or do I have to go until the time runs out? Yeah, I really do like playing Genshin. There's only one left! We got him, boys! No, we don't. We don't got him. Campbell Alexander, I'm- oh, holy frick, there's so many of them! Soon. I'm gonna say that I'm probably 80% through the edits that I'd like to make, and then I have to figure out something to do with the cover. There's an artist I would love to work with, but the, that artist said that they specialize more in, no, don't worry, this is a complete, debacle. Nothing's happening. The artist no, the artist is not AI. But what I would like specifically for the cover, they said that it may not really be their specialty. Look at these guys. Look at how many of them there are. Oh, they got me. So I was thinking I might actually hire the artist to do my, to make me a new YouTube banner. Because my YouTube banner kind of sucks. So I might hire the artist for that instead and just put together a really ridiculously boring cover for the book. Clifto, don't worry about it. It's not real coffee. I am not balancing a cup of coffee on my head. Okay, I really doubt this is going to do anything. We are going to come in here. We got 2 minutes left. We're just going to go for it, guys. Our objective is now just to beat this guy. I got the rest of them. How come I can't get this guy, huh? That was a bad choice. You know what? I think I need to get this off. Then they're gonna kill me. And it's not active anymore. What? Come on. Just... Come on! I did it! And I got a Beans Amulet of War! Totally worth it, guys! Come on. No. Alright, I'm calling it. There's less than 60 seconds left. Come on. We're not calling it. We're going for it. Oh, I see. If I die with 2 blue wings on, it doesn't actually even count as 2 blue wings anymore. Gotcha. So my best case scenario would be hit him with that, die like this, reducing the bugs by as many as possible, then coming in here and hitting them with the freeze, and then that. Oh, that almost worked. That almost worked. Yeah, there we go. It's over. Can't believe I have to do that again. Okay, we're gonna end on the second last Nazir next time because that was... Wait. Yeah, you have to be able to tank them, right? So if they don't hurt you, they don't vanish. So, theoretically, if you can tank those and re-heal after they hit you, you don't end up with, like, a crowd of them following you. Bugs. Exploding bugs. Alright. So that's literally all that's left, though. We've got Gaia, one more Infernal Abyss, one more Whirlpool Abyss, and the level 10 Dimensional Hall. If those are dropped by the boss, would it actually list all of the drops in here? Oh yeah, so there you go. Aura Kingdom login patch, non-tradable. That is a drop on all levels of the Dimensional Hall. So if you missed a login day, again, this is a speed run, so I'm definitely doing a very good job of speed running. But if you missed one of these login days, you actually can't get day 28. So I would highly recommend doing all of your login or doing all of your Dimensional Halls until you get a login patch, which you can use to recover it, which will then allow you to get these again. Because you actually have to log in on the 28 days listed here after the 28th day, additional logins don't get you any rewards, and also they don't count for day 28. Very important information. Alright. Abyss quest, and we are back to Infernal Abyss. Unfortunately, it's hard to tell at times because, for example, here, if I'm gonna throw it out here, these guys are too far apart. So I think it helps once I've bunched them up. Right? That was one skill, and you definitely saw it bounce around all those guys, so it definitely helps there. But there's only so many situations where you're going to gather up all your mobs and then hit them, right? Most of the time you're going to be running by. So the bounce is actually quite ineffective inside dungeons, and I missed one. Alright, well now thanks to that, maybe I should go back and reset the timer after the first run. That being said, it appears to have a lot of bounces. Like, you saw how many mobs it hits there. Ah, yeah, Rain, I saw you posting it in the guild chat there. That's kind of dumb. That buffing your skill level is what's causing the issue. Alright, so in the other game, what you could do is you can fight your first to here and run backwards. Correct, it's still not allowed. Please do not talk about it. Touch the Infernal Crystal and you can refresh your buff to 20 minutes again. Then passing through the portal will take you to the last room again, and you've just gotten your first haul for free. So if you're like really close to beating the Infernal Abyss, you just need a little bit more time, that could probably buy you like a solid 60 seconds or so. Gather them up. Yeah, you see that? He bounced a decent number of times there around those bunnies. It's just that they have to be quite close. So, if you were doing something like lure dungeons, not that anybody does lure dungeons. But if you were, I wonder what the maximum number of bounces is. Gather him up. Knock him down. Yeah, String of Punishment is only like 2 maximum, if I remember correctly. And I know for a fact it's definitely at least 4, because I got those mobs that spawn in front of Helicar in one go. Come on. No, don't use ranged attacks. Gather. Now you gather. They still haven't fixed the bar buff issue that they had in the old game. Oh gosh, what was it? I can't remember. There was an effect that Bard was supposed to get in the buff that was listed and is still in the description, but they just don't get it. That might be it. I'm very tired, so I don't remember. I still have like 1 sip left of my IRL coffee. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping it would only be 2 hours. I completely forgot that these are technically solo instances. Wait, did I really not get any Zahir fragments? That full run when I got one Nazrudin out of not even finishing it? No, I don't think that's it, because the one that I'm thinking about, I tested and literally it would not trigger. But I don't remember what it is. I wonder if some kind of food might help me get through Abyss, or the Whirlpool Abyss. Gosh, what's the difference? There's a lot. Let's start with what's going on right now. The yeah, the dungeons have entries limited over the course of the entire day. There's no resets except for the main reset. Oh, did somebody just send me food? Yes, they did. Thank you, Ram. Ooh, filet mignon. Ah, triple cast. That might do the trick. Um, the other main differences are this Eidolon infusion that we were talking about with the lightning bounce, where by infusing a 4-star tier into my skill, it gains extra effects, and that's what that gun icon that keeps appearing above my head is. That's my special tier infusion. You can change your main class, you can change your subclass, that's all free to do, and there's different kinds of new gear and whatnot, like the I guess there's a new gear, and that's like the weapon crystal stone thingies and whatnot. Hello, Apriantoro. Unfortunately, I don't believe there are any new giveaway codes. I think that their campaign with the streamers is done at this point, so we probably aren't going to see any more of those. But keep your eye on especially the maintenance announcements in the patch note, or like the patch note slash maintenance announcements in the launcher, because it seems like they have a tendency to put codes in there when they bork stuff. Oh, I can show you my stones. Not in that menu, that's not where they are. I got a couple. Weapon gems. There we go. So I got this HP one with 6,000 HP. This evasion one with 2000 evasion, which might be the reason why I'm able to trigger my dev a little bit more than other people. And then I got this curved one that's just nice. It's level 40 though, so it's not as good. And then another HP one. Kind of wish I had a speed one though. But yes, you do have to start from scratch because it's a completely different game. There's nothing that carries over. I sure hope we do use it, because as you can see from my timer, well, actually, how about this? If you join in on Sunday, I'm going to be doing hashtag Brainrot stream, where I'm going to play Aura Kingdom and Aura Kingdom Impact at the same time. for no really important reason. But you'll see that the time spent running in those gaps is literally enough to play another game. So. I gotta make sure my computer can handle it. I'm confident it can, but you know, I'm confident about a lot of things. Earlier in the stream, I was even talking about the time that I literally got 0 on an open book test, so. Ah. What's that? How about the 0 on an open book test? No, I did not forget. The way that it worked is that you were allowed to bring as many notes as you wanted because the class, I don't really want to say what the class exactly was because you're going to think it was ridiculous for me to take it as an elective, but it was just an elective for me in university. And you needed legal cases. So the test was you were given a circumstance and you were supposed to use legal cases to argue one side, and it was not actually a law class, but that's anyway, it's hard to explain, but that's why I don't really want to say what the class was. Anyway, you were allowed as many notes as you want. So you could bring an entire binder full of notes, provided that you were the one that made those notes. No, it was not written in Braille. So I looked at the situation that was on the test, and I looked at all of the case law that I brought with me, and I thought, okay, I understand this. I know what I want to say. And I got a 0 because apparently I argued the wrong side. It was not digital. It could be done on a computer and printed, but it had to be your own work. Like you couldn't, he checked everybody's notes and made sure that it wasn't like somebody made a big perfect note package and then just passed it out to people. It had to be your own stuff. And I'm sure if people really wanted to get around it, they could just format it differently so his cursory glance wouldn't catch it, but I wasn't goofing around. I was very serious about it. I studied properly. I had my case law. I went in, I argued my side, and yeah, I got an F. And to make it worse, and again, I'm sorry for anybody that's listening to this for the second time, but to make it worse, when he was handing back the test results, before he handed them back to everybody, he went up to the board and he wrote A, B, C, D, E, F, and he wrote numbers under all of them, and there was a 1 under F. So I was literally the only person in the entire class who failed that test. Oh boy. I remember being so gobsmacked because that had literally never happened to me before. Because I'm not a bad student normally. Actually, what happened after that is that the professor reminded us, he said, look, I do not care when you learn it. I care that you learn it. So you are allowed to say that you would like to put 100% of your mark on the final exam because the entire course was just 3 exams. So after the second exam, when I apparently understood it better, I was confident enough to say, okay, I'm ready to put 100% of my grade on my final exam because I get it now. And yeah, I passed it just fine. But for me, it was an elective that I took because I was genuinely interested in it, and I guess that genuine interest wasn't enough for me to argue the right side of the law. But like I said, it was actually not a legal class, so. How to... I think... Yeah, you can't get any lower than that. But like I said, I just put 100% of my grade on my final and I passed it, no problem, and voila, no problem. But I know a lot of people think that it's kind of dumb to take electives that are outside of your, like, specialty. But frankly, I feel like having learned about that kind of stuff, and again, I'm trying to be vague intentionally here, improved the way that I think about all sorts of things. Like, I think it's the objective behind all the electives in university is to create well-rounded people that have a insight into many different kinds of subjects. And while it is kind of like a just a knowledge for the sake of knowledge sort of thing, I still feel like I'm a better person after having taken that class. What I learned out of it was very important. But Reminds me of the time I wrote about a ghost encounter in my English composition test. Topic was fear, but somehow writing about real ghosts was not allowed. Oh dear. Well, who says ghosts are real? No. Sorry. Am I in the ninth? No, I'm in the final hall. We're definitely ahead of where we were before. Well, truth be told, when I was studying for my class exam, or sorry, not my class exam, my work exam, a large portion of it was memorizing really tiny details like codes, like shorthand codes for things, because you needed to be able to read what all of them were very quickly. So, in order to memorize all those shorthand codes, I actually went to Copilot. I went to Microsoft Copilot and I explained to Copilot what all the codes meant, and then I told it, test me. And then just every single day I would go back to Copilot and have it test me on those codes over and over again. And I felt that that was a lot better than just reading the notes every single day because I mean, I passed the test, so obviously it worked, but I felt like that was better for studying than anything else that I've ever done in terms of just trying to memorize things. Because, like, understanding concepts, yeah, read it and understand it, but for trying to just memorize, gosh, there must have been. Okay, well, there was 16 of one code, there was 10 of another code, there was 6 of another code type, and like there was just so many shorthand that I needed to memorize. And I've never been good at just like flat memorization like that without the context. So yeah, throwing it into the AI and getting it to quiz me on it all week definitely helped a lot. I've never used AI for anything that effectively before. But yeah, I got a nephew. He's like 2 years old. I really wonder what it's going to be like by the time he's actually in school. Oh, we have a hell mode for Sky Dragon. Level 65, recommended level 60 orange equipment plus 30. Sure. Alright guys, there's only 2 left. I don't know what Anki is. But somebody else mentioned that at work when I said that I was using AI. I don't know if that existed when I was in you know what? I bet you it did exist when I was in university. Yeah, it did. But anyway, I passed the test, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Ah, I'm still awake. Where's my coffee? I'm just gonna finish my coffee now. Oh, I hate flashcards. I find flashcards very useless. I tried to use flashcards when I was studying kanji in university for my classes. And the issue I had with flashcards was that they were too disconnected from any kind of context. So rather than trying to just use flashcards, I don't know, I didn't have friends. Who was I going to do flashcards about Japanese with? No friends. So I would honestly, I would just in university, I had to eat at the cafeteria because there was no kitchen in the dorm where I was staying. So I would take all of my cafeteria receipts actually and kind of make them into notepads and just constantly be writing them. I just wrote them over and over again, not flashcards, just writing over and over. It was probably not the most effective method. But if I had to say the weird thing about using AI for studying right now is that literally after everything I did, it would be like glazing. Like, wow, you're such a rocket scientist. You're so good at this. You're gonna ace your test. It's like, just, just tell me whether I got them right or wrong. You don't need to glaze me or anything. Flashcards, flashcards. I think the issue I had with flashcards is that I would learn them wrong. Like, I might remember I got a smudge on the card for blue over remembering that that was the kanji for blue. I would remember the smudge. Plinko is not even wrong. Anyway, I should probably actually lock in a bit here because this is the dungeon that's actually hard. Maybe if I were to re-roll a bit more HP, this might work a bit better. You guys gonna come here? Pictures. I was associated with it, so got so bad he took the scissors out and cut the pictures off. Okay, so like one of the things I had to memorize was a set of phone extensions. And yes, they wanted you to have the phone extensions memorized so that if you need to transfer people, it's quick. You're not fussing about with a extension list or whatever, right? So for me, there's just really no easy way to memorize a set of numbers with no context. So I don't know, I fed them to the AI and then I got it to test me over and over on it. And it would glaze me and be like, oh, this time you only got 7 wrong. Good work. Like, no, not good work. Yes, No Gaia Chronicle is not solo. Oh, hey, Rem got a login patch. Congratulations. Oh, yeah. Sky Dragon symbols for 60 or 65G? Really? Oh, my weapon's about to break. I haven't looked at repairing it in forever. Shoot. Do I have anything? I do have a store card. Why am I already struggling? I should be doing better with the food on, not worse. I fed the AI the launch codes. Yes, Plinko, I fed the AI the launch codes. And also the direct extension to the president. We don't have a president in Canada. Yep. You know what? Alucard is not getting spawned out here every time. Oh yeah, gee, I just saw that you joined in. I forgot that you can accidentally target the water severe thingies. Alright, here we go. This is where it gets real, guys. They should. I don't know if you can really see my damage log considering how fast it's moving, but theoretically we should be able to see different instances of those buffs from the different items. Come on, attack me and then don't kill me. I think I got rid of 3 of them there though, so that's good. Oh, and I still have the cannon buff, so take you guys out. Nope, they got me. Now I'm gonna have 4. My gear's not even all plus 20. Just keep that in mind. Alright, this is kind of where I started failing last time. I think I rely on Ballad too much for heals because I like it. For the buffing as well. Oh. Oh. We don't have anywhere near as many bugs this time, but if I keep dodging them, they're just going to build up. Oh shoot, did they sort of stay if they kill me too? Shoot. We might be toast now. Starting to get too many of them. Yeah. Plinko's joking. But Plinko also doesn't know that this game will have plus 40. Alright, you just have to survive until you die. Oh shoot, he's not in the... I mean, the game all but says it's gonna have plus 40. Nope. Come on, we gotta get at least as far as last time, right? How the heck did I manage this last time? Stella in and hit you with the bad. There we go. Alright, it was these guys I couldn't beat last time, right? I don't have the cannon effect on them, but we'll go ahead for that and hit you with the nebula. My weapon is gonna fully break in a second, though. That's fine, I have an emergency backup. We got one! Come on. Nah, he ran out of it. Where'd he go? Oh, man. I'm technically further than I was last time, so maybe your good vibes were actually, not great. Flockia's got, I think there's actually I believe people were saying there's actually a typo on the description of the effect, that you'll get more of the zeal than is listed. It was meta for a long time in the previous game, or in the old game. So Lousy is now on Team Midday do ASMR, huh? I got one! I got one! Every now and then I get people that are like, hey, you should do ASMR. We did it, guys! The big boy's here! Alright, hit you with that. And then that. And I died. And technically my buff is still active, let's go! Come on! Come on! We did it! Rem, thank you for the food! Rather than attempting to read something that was done by ChatGPT, I'd rather write something myself. Yay! Alright, one last dungeon and then our speedrun is over. This was a really good speedrun. I ran so speedy. Where's my timer for me to stop it as soon as I finish this, because this is a speed run that I'm doing. Oh, that was the physical spawn ring, isn't it? It's new. Alright, alright, alright. Get out of here and then we're done. And done. There we go. We have our answer. It took me 2 hours and 31 minutes and 24 seconds to speed run all the solo instances. Oh. Hello, person. Are they taunting me or are they fortifying, you think? I did them all, right? Imagine if I click through here and I find I'm missing one. Those are party ones. Yeah, we did all of those. I said that we were going to exclude gossip, and then there. Oh dear, Lousy, those are a lot of words that I don't feel like I should be saying out loud in a stream. Alrighty, what should we fortify? Honestly, I probably am going to be sticking with these accessories for a while, so it might be worth fortifying those, but I'm going to go for armor first, and we'll just kind of finish off the stream by wasting all of my gold. So there's some armor forts. Yeah. Oh, Plinko doesn't like our guild emblem after we came up with this beautiful idea of using a cup of coffee with an LP certificate on it. And yes, I didn't get any LP today because I didn't run the matchmaker dungeons. Oh, am I almost full plus 20? Almost. Just watching my gold vanish. I'm gonna matchmake for Alabaster and Temple right after this. Oh. Hello. We have someone waving to us. I wonder if they're in the stream chat. I don't have that many port scrolls though. Honestly, will we even get to plus 12 here? Probably not. Oh, and Stella's looking at me because she wants to go to bed too. Just a real quick matchmaker, and then we'll head for the day after I finish wasting all my forts. Oh, and there's Rem. I can't open up my... Okay, so one of the things I dislike about this system is that I can't even open up my inventory to see how much gold I have left. Because if I do, it stops the fortification, which is very silly. Yeah, not even gonna make plus 12. Yeah, I'll worry about that tomorrow. Hey, look, there's somebody there. Let's join matchmaking. And I'll do it slowly this time too, so that they don't miss all the bosses. Oh, are you actually doing the guild quest to put me even further behind in terms of contributions to my own guild? Alright, let's see who we get paired with here. Inactive. They're gonna be in that cool costume that I like, aren't they? In pink? I believe I beat Nasrudan. So what I've learned is food it. Use food. Shocking. Increasing your stats. Improves your chances of beating dungeons. Who'da thunk? Yeah, that was too far for bouncing, I think. This person's also being very careful not to nuke the bosses, so what a conscientious party. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today then. How much longer is in this song? Oh no, there's 16 minutes left in this song. I was gonna say we could just go till the song ends, but nope, we're not. Even though it is the Age of Empires song, and I was talking before about how I kind of wanted to end the streams with that, so it'd be like a 30-minute timer to the end. No, we're just gonna end it. So, Klepto Bismol likes pink. I just think that it's not the coolest color in the world, and I'm very particular about things that I find cool, as you might have noticed by the fact that I am extremely cool. No, it wasn't 3 hours. And remember, we were doing a speed run, so if it took 3 hours, that would have been like completely not even a speed run. So, I'm gonna go to bed. Then tomorrow, obviously, we're gonna enter this out of the speed run charts. I don't think so. I don't really think so. Anyway, thanks so much to everybody that joined me for this. Uh, this was a mess, but it was a lot of fun. Yay for passing tests. And also, boo for being the only person to fail a test. But that is what it is. Oh, as usual, I'm just miserable at ending streams. Yeah. Bye!